Hello and welcome. Let us talk about a big lie we all hear. We look at people who have everything. We see their wealth, their confidence, and their fit bodies. We see them speak with power and ease, and we say to ourselves, they are just lucky. We think they were born with a golden spoon. We believe they got all the right breaks. We assume they had better friends or richer parents. It is easy to think this way. It makes us feel better about our own struggles. But this is a trap. It is a dangerous illusion that keeps you asleep. The truth is much colder than that. You do not get what you want because your path is smooth. You get what you want because you build a mind that cannot be broken. You get it because your sight is sharp. Your daily habits are solid. And your belief is bigger than your loudest excuse. Think about the things you desire. Maybe you want more money in your bank account. Maybe you want to speak English without fear. Maybe you want a stronger body, a better job, or a brighter tomorrow. These are good goals, but they will never happen just because you wish for them. A wish is a weak thing. It has no teeth. A dream without daily work is just a fantasy. A goal without a plan is completely useless. Today we are going to look at how you can actually get what you want. We are not talking about magic tricks. We are not talking about quick shortcuts. We are not waiting for the perfect day to arrive. We are talking about changing who you are from the inside out. This is the ultimate secret of life. The world does not give you what you want. The world gives you what you are ready to receive. Think about the tragedy of the person who waits. They sit on the couch and wait for a miracle. They wait for a lucky break that never comes. This passive waiting actually drains your energy. It makes you feel weak and helpless. You become a spectator in your own life. Every time you wish without working, you teach your brain that you are not in control. You start to believe that life happens to you, not through you. This mental state is a slow poison. It robs you of your power. It makes you depend on external things that you cannot control. Now compare that to the active builder. The builder does not wait for a sunny day. They work in the rain. They prepare themselves before the opportunity even shows up. If you want a better life, you must become a better person first. If you want bigger results, you must build a stronger mind. If you want more doors to open, you must be ready to walk through them. Let us look at this deeply. Why do so many people stay stuck? They stay stuck because they are looking for luck instead of building capacity. They want the prize without the fight. They want the harvest without planting the seeds. But life does not work that way. Nature does not give you fruit if you do not water the soil. If you are not ready for success, even a lucky break will ruin you. If you get a lot of money but do not know how to manage it, you will lose it. If you get a great job but do not have the skills, you will fail. That is why preparation is everything. You must focus on your growth. You must train your mind to handle the weight of your dreams. This is how you change your reality. It starts with a simple choice. Stop wishing. Start preparing. If you want a better future, you must start building it right now. Do not wait for someone to save you. Save yourself. Build your skills. Build your discipline. Build your character. This is the only path that works. Lesson 1. Know exactly what you want. Let us begin with the very first step of this journey. You must know exactly where you are going. This sounds simple. It sounds like something everyone already does, but this is the exact place where most people fail. They say they want success. They say they want a better life. But if you ask them what that looks like, they cannot tell you. They do not have a clear picture. They have a vague wish. They want more money. They want to speak English well. They want a great career. But they do not have a specific target. If your goal is blurry, your daily action will be weak. And if your action is weak, your results will be non-existent. A confused mind cannot build a powerful life. It can only build a messy life. Think about this simple picture. Imagine you walk out of your house and get into a taxi. The driver turns around and asks where you want to go. You look at him and say, "Just take me somewhere good." What will the driver do? He will think you are crazy. He will not know which road to take. He might drive you around in circles. He will waste your fuel. He will waste your time, and in the end, he will drop you off in a place you do not want to be. This is exactly how most people live their lives. They get up every morning and tell their brain, "Just take me somewhere good." They do not give their mind a clear address, so their mind drives them in circles. One day they feel excited and work hard. The next day they feel tired and do nothing. One day they want to build a business. The next day they want to quit. They are constantly moving, but they never arrive anywhere. They have no target. When you do not have a clear target, you waste your best energy. You wake up with 10 different ideas in your head. You want to learn English. You want to go to the gym. You want to start a side project. You want to read a book. You try to do everything at once. You chase 10 different rabbits at the same time. And what happens? You catch none of them. You end the day feeling exhausted, but you made zero progress. This is the pain of having potential, but no direction. You have the fire inside you. You have the strength. You have the desire. But because you do not choose one single path, your energy goes everywhere and goes nowhere. It is like a light bulb. A regular bulb spreads light all over the room. It is bright, but it cannot cut through anything. But if you take that same light and focus it into one thin beam, it becomes a laser. A laser can cut through steel. That is what happens when you bring focus to your life. So you must stop using vague words. Stop saying you want to be successful. That means nothing to your brain. You must make it sharp. Do not say you want to speak English fluently. Say you will practice speaking for 15 minutes every single day for the next 90 days. Do not say you want to be rich. Say you will learn one specific high-value skill and use it to double your monthly income. Do not say you want a better body. Say you will walk 5,000 steps every morning and stop eating sugar. This is how you turn a dream into a real plan. A plan gives your brain a map. It tells your mind exactly what to focus on today. It keeps you safe from distractions. When you know your target, it is easy to say no to things that do not matter. You do not waste hours scrolling on your phone. You do not spend time with people who drain your energy. You have a destination. You are on a mission. Ask yourself some hard questions today. What do I actually want? Why do I want it? What will my life look like when I get it? What am I willing to give up to make it happen? What daily habit must I start? What bad habit must I kill? These questions are not easy. They force you to look in the mirror. They force you to stop playing games with your future. They wake you up from your sleep. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. You cannot build a beautiful house without a blueprint. So sit down and write it down. Make it specific. Make it real. When your mind becomes clear, your decisions become easy. your path becomes straight, and your journey finally begins. Lesson 2. The courage to ask the world. Let us look at a major reason why so many talented people never get what they want. They have the skills, they have the work ethic, they have the potential, but they stay in the exact same place for years. Why does this happen? It happens because they never ask. They stay silent. They sit in the corner and wait. They hope that if they work hard enough, someone will magically notice them. They hope a manager will offer them a promotion. They hope a customer will find their business. They hope the world will read their mind and hand them opportunities. But the world does not work that way. Life does not reward silent wishes. Life rewards the person who has the courage to speak up. You must learn to ask for what you want. You must ask for the opportunity. You must ask for the help. You must ask for the meeting. You must ask for the sale. If you do not ask, you are choosing to stay invisible. Think about two people who start at the same company. They have the exact same education and the same skills. The first person is quiet. They do their job well, but they never speak up. They never ask for more responsibility. They never ask for a raise. They just wait for their hard work to be recognized. The second person does their job well too, but they are different. They schedule a meeting with the boss. They ask what they need to do to get a promotion. They ask for feedback on their work. They ask to be put on the big projects. 10 years later, the second person is running the company. The first person is still sitting at the exact same desk, feeling angry and bitter. They think the system is unfair. They think the other person got lucky. But it was not luck. It was the courage to ask. Closed mouths do not get fed. If you do not speak up, the world assumes you are happy where you are. Many people are terrified of asking because they are afraid of the word no. They treat a rejection like a personal attack. They think that if someone says no to them, it means they are a failure. But this is a massive misunderstanding. A rejection is not a stop sign. It is just information. It tells you that this specific path is closed, so you need to find another one. It tells you what you need to improve. If you ask for a job and they say no, you have not lost anything. You did not have the job before you asked, and you do not have it now. Your situation is exactly the same, but you gained something powerful. You practiced your courage. You learned what the employer is looking for. You became stronger. If you do not ask, the answer is already a guaranteed no. You have rejected yourself before anyone else even had the chance. When you ask, you open the door to a yes. Think of your life as a long hallway full of closed doors. Behind these doors are all the things you want. Your dream job is behind one door. Your financial freedom is behind another. Your confidence is behind another. But these doors are heavy. They do not open by themselves. You cannot just stand in the hallway and stare at them. You cannot just wish for them to open. You must walk up to the door and knock. You must knock with strength. If nobody answers, you do not sit down and cry. You walk to the next door and knock again. If that door stays closed, you knock on the third one. You keep knocking until a door opens. The people who succeed in this world are not the ones who never get rejected. They are the ones who are willing to hear 100 no's just to get to the one yes that changes everything. They do not take rejection personally. They take it as training. You must also understand that asking is not just about the words you speak. True asking is done through your daily actions. When you get up early and work on your skills, you are asking life for a better future. When you practice speaking every day, you are asking for fluency. When you take care of your body, you are asking for health. Your discipline is your request. Your hard work is your application. If you only ask with your mouth, but your actions are lazy, your request is empty. You cannot ask for a great life while living with weak habits. You must show through your daily effort that you are ready to receive what you want. Your actions must match your ambitions. The most important permission you will ever need does not come from other people. It comes from yourself. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that you are ready. Stop waiting for a green light from the world. Give yourself permission to want more. Give yourself permission to step out of your comfort zone. Do not be ashamed of your dreams. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be successful. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be wealthy, confident, and respected. But you must be brave enough to ask for these things and strong enough to work for them. Stop waiting in silence. Walk up to the door of your future, look it in the eye, and knock. Lesson 3. Believe you deserve it. We need to talk about a silent enemy that lives inside your own mind. It is the quiet voice that whispers you are not good enough. You can work 15 hours a day. You can study every book on the shelf. You can practice your English until your throat is sore. But if you do not believe you actually deserve to win, you will fail. You will find a way to destroy your own progress. This is a psychological trap. Your mouth says you want a better life. Your mouth says you want financial freedom. But deep down, your mind is screaming a different story. It says you are a fake. It says a normal person like you cannot have great things. This inner conflict is like driving a car with one foot on the gas and the other foot pressing hard on the brake. You burn a lot of fuel, you make a lot of noise, but you do not move an inch. Let us look at how this self-destruction works in real life. Have you ever received a great opportunity and then suddenly found a way to ruin it? Maybe you met someone who could help your career, but you chose to stay silent. Maybe you had a brilliant business idea, but you told yourself it was stupid before you even tried. Perhaps you were offered a chance to speak in front of a group, but you made an excuse and ran away. This is not because you lack talent. It is because you have an invisible ceiling in your mind. You have set a limit on how happy you are allowed to be. You have set a limit on how much money you are allowed to make. Every time you start to rise above that limit, your brain panics. It pulls you back down to the level where you feel safe. It drags you back to the old familiar warmth of your comfort zone, even if that comfort zone is full of misery. This invisible ceiling is built from the bricks of your past mistakes. We all carry baggage from our yesterday. Maybe you failed an exam when you were younger. Maybe your parents told you that you would never amount to anything. Maybe your friends laughed at you when you tried to speak English. Perhaps you started a business and lost your savings. These events hurt. They leave deep scars. But the tragedy is that you let these scars define your identity. You look in the mirror and you do not see a person who is growing. You see a kid who failed 10 years ago. You treat your past like a life sentence. You think that because you made a mistake once, you are a mistake forever. But this is a lie. Your past is just a single chapter in a very long book. It is not your entire story. You are allowed to turn the page. You are allowed to write a brand new ending. Think about how a baby learns to walk. They take one step and they fall down. They do not sit on the carpet and think, well, I guess walking is not for me. They do not accuse themselves of being failures. They do not feel guilty for falling. They just get back up and try again. They do not carry the memory of the fall into their next attempt. But as adults, we do this constantly. We fail once and we build a whole identity around that failure. We become the person who cannot do it. We must break this habit of self-punishment. You must give yourself permission to grow. You must understand that you are worthy of a great life simply because you are willing to work for it. You do not need to be perfect to deserve success. You only need to be willing to try, to learn, and to keep going. So how do you build this deep sense of belief? It does not happen by standing in front of a mirror and shouting fake compliments at yourself. It does not happen by wishing for confidence to drop from the sky. True belief is built through action. It is built by keeping the tiny promises you make to yourself every single day. Think about this. Every time you tell yourself you will wake up at 6 in the morning, and you actually do it, you win a small battle. Every time you say you will practice English for 10 minutes, and you do not let distractions stop you, you build self-trust. Every time you promise yourself you will go for a walk, and you lace up your shoes even when it is raining, you prove to your mind that your word has power. These small promises are the foundation of massive self-respect. When you keep your promises, your mind starts to trust you. It starts to believe that you are a person of value. Your identity begins to shift. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. You start seeing yourself as a creator of your own path. You stop saying, "I cannot do this." You start asking, "How can I make this happen?" That simple shift in language changes your entire biology. It moves you from a state of fear to a state of focus. It opens your eyes to opportunities that were always there, but you were too blind to see. Stop letting your old self run your new life. The person you were yesterday does not have the right to dictate who you can become tomorrow. You are a work in progress. You are allowed to learn new skills. You are allowed to speak with confidence. You are allowed to build wealth and enjoy it. You do not need anyone else to approve of your dreams. You do not need a permission slip from the world. Believe in your own value. Keep your promises to yourself. Treat your daily efforts with respect. When you start to value yourself, the world will have no choice but to follow your lead. Lesson 4. Move before you feel ready. There is a silent trap that catches almost everyone. It is the trap of waiting for the perfect moment. We tell ourselves that we need more time. We say we need more information. We wait until we feel completely confident. We wait for the fear to go away. We wait for a sign from the universe. But here is the hard truth. That perfect moment does not exist. It is a ghost you will chase forever. If you wait until you feel ready, you will wait for the rest of your life. The feeling of readiness is an illusion. It is a trick your brain plays to keep you safe. Your brain hates discomfort. It wants you to stay warm and safe in your current life. So it whispers to you, just wait. Start tomorrow. Start next week when you have more energy. This is how dreams die. They do not die because of failure. They die because of endless waiting. Think about how we try to prepare. We buy the books. We watch the videos. We make the perfect schedules. We write down our goals in beautiful notebooks. We spend weeks planning every single detail. We think this is progress. But deep down, it is just a sophisticated form of procrastination. It is active waiting. You are moving your hands, but you are not moving your feet. You are planning the journey, but you are not walking the path. You do not build confidence by thinking about action. You build confidence by taking action. Confidence is a result, not a starting point. It is the prize you get after you do the hard thing. You do not jump into the water because you are a great swimmer. You become a great swimmer because you jumped into the water. Imagine a person who wants to learn how to ride a bicycle. They sit in a chair and read a book about balance. They watch videos of other people riding bikes. They study the physics of the wheels. They do this for 6 months. Do you think they can ride a bike now? Of course not. The moment they get on the seat, they will wobble. They might fall. Why? Because you cannot learn balance from a book. Balance is something your body must feel. Your muscles must learn it through trial and error. Your brain must experience the fall to understand how to stay upright. Life is exactly the same. You cannot plan your way into a great life. You must live your way into it. You must take messy action. Messy action is always better than perfect inaction. A bad attempt teaches you more than a perfect plan that never starts. When you make a mistake, you receive real feedback. You learn what does not work. You learn how to adjust. You build mental toughness. But when you do nothing, you learn nothing. You only grow your fear. Fear feeds on your hesitation. Every day you wait, the mountain looks taller. Every day you delay the task looks harder. The only way to make the fear smaller is to move toward it. When you take a physical step, the monster in your mind shrinks. You realize that the challenge was not as big as your imagination made it seem. Think about speaking a new language. Many people study grammar for years. They know all the rules. They can read the words on a page, but they are terrified to speak. They wait until their accent is perfect. They wait until they know every vocabulary word. So they stay silent. Meanwhile, another person knows only 50 words, but they use those 50 words every day. They speak to anyone who will listen. They make mistakes. They use the wrong tenses. They laugh at their own errors. Who will become fluent first? The person who takes messy action will always win. They are getting real practice. They are building real pathways in their brain. They are not waiting for permission to speak. They are just speaking. You must apply this to every area of your life. Do not wait for the perfect job to apply. Do not wait for the perfect business plan to start. Do not wait for the perfect weather to run. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Use the tools you have right now. If your tools are basic, use them anyway. You will get better tools along the way. If your knowledge is limited, start anyway. You will learn as you go. The path only reveals itself when you start walking. You cannot see the second step until you take the first step. Stop waiting for the green lights. In life, the lights do not all turn green at the same time. You must drive through the yellow lights. You must deal with the traffic. You must adjust your speed. Action is the bridge. It is the only thing that connects your current reality to your dream world. Your thoughts cannot build that bridge. Your wishes cannot build it. Only your physical effort can. So make a decision today. Stop thinking and start doing. Take one small, messy step right now. Write that first email. Speak that first sentence. Walk that first mile. Do it badly. Do it with fear. Do it with doubt. But do it. Lesson 5. Become valuable. Let us talk about how the world actually distributes its rewards. Many people spend their entire lives complaining about what they do not have. They complain about their low salary. They complain about their lack of opportunities. They complain that nobody respects them. They want more money, more attention, and more success. But they fail to ask a very basic question. Why should the world give you these things? What are you bringing to the table? The hard truth is that the world does not care about your needs. The world only cares about value. To change your life, stop focusing on what you can get. Start focusing on what you can offer. You must become a person of high value. Think about the items you buy. You pay a high price for a diamond because it is rare and beautiful. You pay very little for a plastic cup because it is cheap and easy to replace. If you lose a plastic cup, you do not care. You just buy another one. Many people live their lives like plastic cups. They do not build rare skills. They do not improve their minds. They are easily replaced. And then they wonder why they do not receive respect or wealth. You must make yourself a diamond. You must build skills that are hard to find. This is the difference between a consumer and a creator. A consumer is always looking for what they can take. They scroll through social media to consume entertainment. They buy things to feel good. They look at jobs and only ask about the salary. They want to receive before they give. They are always waiting for someone to hand them a prize. On the other hand, a creator is focused on building. They look at a problem and try to find a solution. They practice their skills so they can do a job better than anyone else. They invest their time in learning instead of temporary pleasure. They focus on making themselves more useful every single day. The consumer remains weak and dependent. The creator becomes strong and essential. Think about speaking a language like English. If you only use it to watch movies, you are a consumer. But if you learn to speak it clearly, you can use it to share ideas. You can use it to help your company grow. You can use it to negotiate better deals. Now you are a creator. You have turned a simple skill into a tool of high value. This requires a daily grind. It is not something you do once a week. It is a daily commitment to self-improvement. Every single day, you must ask yourself two things. What is one weakness I can remove today? And what is one strength I can build today? Maybe your weakness is that you get distracted easily by your phone. So you put your phone in another room for 2 hours and focus on your work. That is a victory. Maybe your weakness is that you get nervous when you speak. So you practice speaking alone in your room for 10 minutes. You do this every day. Slowly, you build a new strength. You become a little bit better than you were yesterday. Over a year, these tiny daily changes add up to a massive transformation. You become a completely different person. You cannot demand a new life while holding on to your old self. You cannot expect a promotion if you still have the same lazy habits. You cannot expect people to respect you if you do not respect your own time. Many people want the fruits of success, but they refuse to nurture the tree. They want the double salary, but they do not want to learn the double skill. This is a fantasy. It is like standing in front of a cold fireplace and demanding heat. You must put the wood in first. You must light the fire first. Only then will you get the warmth. Your value is the wood. Your discipline is the fire. The rewards of life are just the heat that comes naturally from that fire. When you focus on becoming valuable, your entire relationship with the world changes. You stop begging for opportunities. You do not need to chase people or beg for a job. You start to attract them. People want to work with you because you make their lives easier. Businesses want to hire you because you solve their problems. Your confidence grows because you know you have something real to offer. You are no longer afraid of losing a job or facing a setback. You know that your value is inside you. It is not in your title or your bank account. Nobody can take your skills away from you. Nobody can steal your discipline. You become the master of your own destiny. So stop wasting your best energy on things that do not build you up. Stop spending hours scrolling through other people's lives on your phone. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Stop complaining about your current situation. Your time is your most precious asset. Your mind is your greatest tool. Use them to build something of real worth. Learn a new language. Master a difficult software. Learn how to speak with power and clarity. Build a strong body. Read books that expand your thinking. Become so good at what you do that the world cannot ignore you. That is the ultimate life hack. When you focus on growth, success is no longer a distant dream. It becomes a natural result of who you are. Lesson 6. Stay consistent until it happens. Let us talk about the final piece of the puzzle. This is the place where most dreams go to die. It is not because the path is too hard. It is not because people lack talent. It is because they stop too early. They start with a lot of excitement. They have a fire in their eyes. They want to change their lives today. They practice English for 3 days. They go to the gym for a week. They work on a project for a month. And then they look in the mirror. They look at their bank account. They look at their skills, and they see nothing. They do not see any change. So they get discouraged. They think this is not working. They think I do not have what it takes. And they quit. But you must understand how growth actually works. Growth is not a straight line. It does not happen overnight. There is a silent phase in every journey. It is the period where you work hard but see zero results. Authors call this the valley of disappointment. You are putting in the effort. You are waking up early. You are practicing your skills. But on the outside, everything looks the same. Your friends do not notice. Your family does not clap. You feel like you are wasting your time. This is the ultimate test of your character. This is where the winners are separated from the talkers. Think about the Chinese bamboo tree. This is a beautiful lesson in patience. When you plant a bamboo seed, you must water it every day. You must make sure the soil is rich. You do this for 1 whole year. And what do you see? Nothing. You do this for the 2nd year. Still nothing. You water it for the 3rd year and the 4th year. Not a single green leaf comes out of the ground. To a normal person, it looks like a failure. It looks like a waste of water and time. But then, in the 5th year, something amazing happens. The bamboo shoots out of the earth. It grows 80 feet tall in just 6 weeks. Did the bamboo grow 80 feet in 6 weeks? No, it grew 80 feet in 5 years. During those 4 silent years, it was not sleeping. It was growing its roots deep into the ground. It was building a massive foundation. It was preparing itself to support the weight of its future height. If it did not build those roots first, it would fall over the moment it grew tall. Your life works the exact same way. When you practice English every day and see no progress, you are building your roots. When you study your skills in the dark, you are building your foundation. You are preparing your mind to hold the success you want. Think about water dripping on a hard stone. Imagine a large, solid rock. A single drop of water falls on it. Nothing happens. 100 drops fall. The rock still looks the same. 1,000 drops fall. There is not even a scratch on the surface. But the water does not care. It does not get angry. It does not quit. It just keeps falling. 1 drop at a time. Day after day. Year after year. Eventually, that soft water cuts a deep path right through the solid stone. How did it do this? It was not because the water was stronger than the rock. It was because the water was consistent. The rock could not handle the relentless repetition. Your daily habits are like those water drops. They look small, they seem weak, but if you do not stop, they will break through any obstacle in your way. The secret is showing up on your worst days. It is easy to work when you feel inspired. It is easy to practice when you have energy. But inspiration is not reliable. It is a feeling that comes and goes with the weather. The real builders do not rely on feelings. They rely on discipline. They show up when they are tired. They practice when they are frustrated. They do the work when they do not feel like it. When you work on a bad day, you are telling your brain that your dream is more important than your mood. You are training your mind to be stronger than your feelings. This is how you build an unbreakable character. You do not need to make massive moves every day. You only need to make real moves. One small action repeated daily creates a massive result over time. 10 minutes of practice every day is better than 5 hours once a week. 1 page of a book every day is better than reading a whole book once a year. When you do something every day, it becomes a habit. It becomes part of who you are. You do not have to think about it. It becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth. Think of your progress like a brick wall. You do not build a wall in one day. You do not try to build the most perfect wall on the first morning. You just say to yourself, I am going to lay this one brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. You do that every single day, and soon you will have a wall that nothing can knock down. Stop looking at the top of the mountain. Just look at your next step. Put your foot down with confidence, then do it again tomorrow. Consistency changes your identity. In the beginning, you are a person who is trying to change. But as you keep going, you become the change. You are no longer trying to speak English. You are a speaker. You are no longer trying to be healthy. You are a healthy person. You are no longer trying to build a career. You are a builder. Your mind starts to trust you because you keep your promises. You stop waiting for luck. You start creating your own path. So protect your dream. Do not let one bad day ruin your journey. If you fall down, do not stay on the ground. Get up, dust yourself off, and take the next step. Do not look for approval from others. Do not wait for people to see your progress. The world will see your results eventually, but for now, work in the dark. Build in silence. Stay consistent until it happens. Let us bring all of this together. Your life is not a lottery ticket. You do not have to wait for someone to pull your number. You have the power to write your own script. It all starts with the choices you make every single day. Look back at the path we have walked today. First, you must have absolute clarity. You cannot chase a shadow. You must know exactly what you want and where you are going. Write it down and make it real. Second, you must have the courage to ask. Stop staying silent in the corner. Knock on the doors of opportunity. Speak up for yourself. Third, you must believe you deserve it. Clean out the old garbage from your past. Stop punishing yourself for old mistakes. You are worthy of a great life simply because you are willing to work for it. Fourth, you must move before you feel ready. The perfect moment is a lie. Jump into the water and learn how to swim. Messy action is always better than perfect waiting. Fifth, you must become valuable. Stop asking what you can get. Start asking what you can build. Upgrade your skills and make yourself essential. And finally, you must stay consistent. Be like the water that cuts through the stone. Show up on your worst days. Build your foundation in the dark. This is the real path to transformation. It is not a magic trick. It is not a shortcut. It is a daily commitment to becoming a stronger version of yourself. When you change your mind, your actions will change. When your actions change, your results will follow. The world will start to look at you differently. But more importantly, you will look at yourself differently. You will realize that you are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of your own destiny. You do not get what you want by only wishing for it. You get what you want by becoming the person who refuses to stop. So look at your life today. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not wait for the perfect weather. Do not wait for people to believe in you. The life you want is waiting for you to step up. It is waiting for the version of you who refuses to quit. Take that first step right now. Speak that first word. Build that first habit. Keep that first promise. Your future is waiting. Go out there and build it.